What's good YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you a process to practice making beats that is a little bit something that probably most people won't show you, but it's actually something that helped me a lot when I was coming up and trying to find my own way as a producer, as a musician, and how to ultimately put together music. A lot of times when we're working with music, making beats, we just have like a 4, 8, 16 bar loop and that's pretty much it. We very rarely turn that into a full record or song. So in today's video, I'm going to show you something that you can do to practice making songs rather than just beats and loops. And this is something that actually helped me a lot when I was coming up, like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm talking about, and hopefully this can help you out as well. All right, so what I mean by turning your beats and loops into songs is a lot of times we don't turn it into a full song because we don't actually have vocals to build that instrumental around. And that is a key part to finishing your song. If you're not making an instrumental song, you need vocals, and that really just ties up everything nicely together. So what I did in the past, I used to download vocals, acapellas from various records and just turn those acapellas into completely new songs with my own arrangements. And it really taught me how to build a song, what arrangements work, when to take out things, when to add things, when to add transitions, and it really helps build out that process when you're putting together full songs rather than just beats and loops. So today, this is not a sponsored video, but I'm going to show you a website called MetaPop, and it allows you to join various competitions that artists and producers put out. You can download the stems, download all the stems, and then remix a record. But a lot of time, those songs comes with vocals as well. And like I said, once you have those vocals, you can really build your instrumental around that. And it really teaches you the foundation, what it takes to put together a song. It's really good practice. Even if you don't do anything with it, it's definitely good practice. So in today's video, I found this one right over here. It is a song by Grimes, You'll Miss Me When I'm Not Around. It is a competition. I'm not going to submit my post to this competition, but with every post on MetaPop or every remix competition, there are rewards that you can win if you are chosen as the best song or best remix. And you can see whatever prizes are involved on that contest right on the side here. But this one over here ends in 23 days and some change. So if you do want to go ahead and remix this track, you can. But I'm going to go ahead and download all of these stems here and then put together our own beat from scratch. And I think I'm just going to use the vocals from this just to really build out our song together. But I may not use the full acapella in the final song. I'll just leave it as an instrumental, but you get the idea. You can download the stems, you get everything that's involved with this track right here. Of course, there's many competitions that are going on, and you can go through each one, see which ones you want to play with. But even if you don't do anything with the song that you create from these stems or from this remix, it is definitely good practice, and music is all about practice. It's a numbers game. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So let's go ahead and download the stems to Grimes, You'll Miss Me When I'm Not Around. So let's go ahead and download the stems to this song right over here and see what we can put together. All right, so the first thing you want to do when you download the stems from MetaPop, you definitely want to take a listen through each one of those audio files, see what sort of you like, and then you can start working from there. I decided I like just the acapella, and I went ahead and just chopped up a couple vocal phrases. And those are some of the samples that I started off with, and this is what it sounds like. And then I wasn't sure where I wanted to go from here, so I decided to jump forward a bit and just add in a melody pattern for like our drop sound. So it's not like a hip hop or trap beat, it's more of a pop EDM beat. And then I added these two sounds here as a drop sound, and these are from the latest preset kit from Massive 10. I believe it was from the Pulse kit. You definitely want to check out those preset kits for Massive 10 if you use it. A lot of really good sounds. I'll place a link in the description box below. But this is what the pattern sounds like with those two sounds. So we have sort of a drop pattern happening. All right, and then from there, I said, you know what, I can't build a beat just on that and have that loop. I need to sort of have a build up. So I went ahead and brought in a piano. Let's go over to our groups here. And our piano sounded like this. Sort of a nice build up, very nice and soft progression. Then I brought in some drums. I decided to bring in another texture here with some more vocals. So here's some vocal phrases set over here. Another set of vocals. Some toms just to round out that pattern. And then I brought in another set of drums over here. This includes drums, bass, and a guitar sample. So once I had that whole loop going, I kind of knew that this is pretty much all I wanted in the beat. And the way I usually work with Maschine and Logic, I usually sketch out the beat in Maschine because it's a really quick tool to sort of sketch out ideas. And then I export all the stems, and now we're going to go ahead and move to Logic. All right, so here we are in Logic after I exported all of our stems from the Maschine session file. I went ahead and imported them all into Logic and started to arrange from there. So I'm going to go ahead and play just so you get an idea of what's involved here, and then we can go ahead and break down bar by bar. So let's go ahead and hit play. All right, so there is what I put together for the Grimes remake over there. So I took all of these stems from Maschine, imported them to Logic, and I just chopped it up and arranged from there. Of course, we didn't want to use all the sounds at once, and this is what came to be. So let's go ahead and break this down piece by piece, and I'll show you what I did and my thought process behind that. All right, so in our intro, all we had, as you can tell, is just the piano. And I had this synth sound over here that I just essentially brought in the stem, and it just worked really well with the sound I was going for. So that's from the original track. So this transition over here, this vocal transition, it's a cool way to use some of the sounds that you already have and make your own transition. I could do a full tutorial on this if you're interested. You can let me know down below. But what I did here was took this vocal hit and I just let that reverb ring out. So that reverb you just heard, I bounced it down, I reversed it, and you get this reverse sound. And it builds nicely into that vocal hit. And the reverb plugin I use for that nice full lush sound is Native Instruments Realm. So that's what we did right there. I don't think there's anything else. No, there isn't. Let's move on to the next little bit. So we brought in that vocal hit, the vocal melody that I chopped up from the original song. We have a secondary vocal melody. We have our piano. And then over here we have some vocal shouts that I've sampled from the vocal track as well. And it just kind of fit really well in this remix once we play it out with the vocals. So I kind of use that as like an answer to the question that the vocal did. So if we play this, here's sort of the question. I showed myself yesterday. And then we'll have an answer. Got to heaven. It kind of bounces off the vocals nicely like that. And then once again, we just have the same reverse effect as we build up this record. So now we include or introduce some more of those vocal chops that we did in Maschine. Here they all together. Just really nice and full lush sounding. We also have this sample right over here. We have that mixed with our piano. Not our hi-hats yet. We have a kick to kind of introduce that build up, what's about to happen. And that synth sound over here. Really nice synth sound actually. So this right over here is a guitar from the stem track. They had a guitar tracks and I just found a piece that I liked, and this kind of worked really well for the transition from the lush intro bit to the more hard-hitting chorus bit. And then I just paired that up with the vocal shout just to give it a drop right before the hit, and I had in a white noise riser over here. And that builds into the vocal. And here we just reintroduce that guitar again, give a nice drop. The best way to get your chorus to sound big is always have like a little drop right before it hits, just to gives you some dynamic range and saying this is like the big part, something's about to happen, drop the sounds into that big, huge section. So all I added here was just our two lead sounds from Massive 10. And that's pretty much it for this build up section. All right, and then we go into our chorus, or our big section over here. So everything just literally repeats itself. This time everything really comes together that we heard from Maschine in our big chorus section. And that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if anything else I added here. I added a crash right here just to initiate the change up in our arrangement. Plus we also have the white noise sort of splash just to build a nice layer to this chorus as well. I just really like these vocal samples that I chopped up here. I think that makes sort of the record and the transitions work really well, as these little vocal shouts. As well as the organic sound of that guitar. All right, so that is the record right over there. I sort of broke it down fairly quickly over there. But I want to give you a little techniques that you can use to build out your arrangements. Not necessarily to bring in more sounds, but just use what you have, flip it, and use it to fill it out and give some nice arrangement pieces as the song builds up. So if you do have any questions on this, you can go ahead and we can go ahead and talk down below. Definitely go over to MetaPop. This is not a sponsored video, but if you want to practice your arrangements and you need vocals, it's just a good place to go. Get some vocal stems, remix stems, download that, just throw in the acapella into your session and then build a song around that. Definitely teaches you a lot. Like I said, it's a numbers game with music. The more you do, the better you're gonna get, and hopefully this will help you out and give ideas when you're looking to improve your skills, as we all are. I myself am just improving my skills every day, and I'm always in the search to learn something new, and you may start to learn new techniques as you work with vocals. It's definitely a different game once you turn your 8-bar, 16-bar loop into a full arrangement and song. So hopefully this helps you guys. Hopefully it gives you some ideas, some fun things to do for the next couple of days. That's it for me, guys. If you did like this video, remember to thumbs up and share it. For more good videos like this one, remember to hit that subscribe button. I'll talk to y'all soon. Later. Peace.